Hi, I'm not yet dead. And welcome back to Petervill. Sorry, I was giving a pause there. I'm doing this new thing where I'm following the chat on my laptop rather than having it on screen, which means I actually get very little notification as to what actually goes on. Yeah, so for a minute I was just wondering whether I was live or not, but it seems so. So, yeah, welcome back to Petervill. I'm down at the store and just finished getting myself some seed and some liquid fertilizer. I've got a worker who, actually thinking about it, will have stopped. I've got a worker up here at the pig field, for want of a better word, the one that I ploughed out, planting potatoes. So yeah, sorry, jumping around. So I'm going back up there to keep him stocked up. It's getting to be evening, but I want to get this done. So a little update from the last episode. If you recall, we had this slight header problem, getting stuck on a hedge. So I managed to sort that out, and I finished harvesting that field. It was all a little irritating. What else have I done? Probably a little bit more animal stuff. Tidying up, feeding, whatever. Actually, I don't remember what else I did, to be honest. That's really bad, isn't it? But yeah, we've still got an amount of ploughing and cultivating that needs doing on both the field that had the corn and the field that had the canola. Waiting for the soybeans to be ready. It's a bit early, preemptive indicator. Of course, it wouldn't be quite so preemptive if this car speeded up. And yeah, and got sorted out. So I've leased the potato planter, filled it up, got it up to the big farm, and then got the John Deere here with the trailer. And got it loaded up. I did have to bring oh that's right, I did have to bring over the telehandler as well to do it, simply because the liquid fertilizer tanks are far too heavy. So yeah, and then I took that back to the farm already, and I think I've stacked a few more of those hay bales as well. They all need finishing off, but gradually we're getting them in. For as long as we're not forecasting any rain, we'll be alright. So far, so good. Got some ideas to get some new equipment. May not end up doing that today. Great mods came out this week. Absolutely fantastic mods. Oh, we should talk about having a little bit of a change up on the channel as well. So we should talk about that. But yeah, so, and yeah, as I mentioned, if you noticed, I've changed the way I'm playing. I'm trying to do it without all the chat down the side, only because it then means you get, you know, a bigger view of what's going on. So I've got my laptop sat next to me, chat window open. Hopefully, not that I necessarily get a lot of people on a Saturday morning, but just makes the viewing, I think, well, I would say, let me know what you think. I think it's better. You can always watch the chat, you know, when you're watching. Right, how much has he got left? I should tell you what, a fair bit, more than I expected. But probably not, well, I was going to say probably not enough to finish, but you know what, he's got 15% of seed, 21% of spray, and obviously you can see I went around the edges, and he's pretty much done. Actually, I may not have needed to bring all that stuff up here. Oh well, it was preemptive. Looking good, no gaps. Not quite fully fertilised around the edge. Not sure why that would be. And there is a little bit that's not been lined, but other than that, I mean, it doesn't matter, we'll use it anyway. I figured that it's not the biggest field in the world, but I figured that perhaps it perhaps wouldn't be enough, but actually it looks like it might be. I mean, at least these days, of course, you don't have to guess how much seed you're going to use, you can empty it. I'm going to take over, which means this is going to be a mess now. It'll be pleasing to get this done. Just a tiny little strip there that won't be seeded. Come back and do that in a minute. Take a sip of coffee. Might be slightly short stream today. I've got to dash out this morning again. Constant Saturday morning craziness. Just there we go. Actually turn around here and not end up in the lake. Actually, I'm going to do it the other way, so we'll start in this corner, so we need some light. It's getting a little bit dark. But yeah, so I'm going to have a bit of a change up in terms of farms. I've been I don't know what to do for a while. I mean, I'm keeping this one going. This is my sort of semi-realistic insofar as you can be realistic on console, and to my limited knowledge, but then of course I'd set up Prisma Sovo, or whatever you call it, as my sort of fun farm, and then just after I decided to do that and spent hours setting up the farm, Washo came out. Washo, I think it's Washo, and I started doing that, and I don't have time to do all of them. What I started doing when I noticed, with complete free reign to buy whatever I wanted on Prisma Sovo, loads of money, I bought a whole load of little old equipment. So actually, I had this idea. What I've done, or what I'm in the process of doing, is I am going to start a new farm on, I think it's called Oberkrabach, which is a small German map. I'm just going to drive through here. It's alright, it's only a little bit. That came out relatively recently, and I had a quick look at it. Actually, I really like it. So I'm going to start that as a small farm, to start with older equipment. But that's not, it's not like when I did Altenstein. I want to try and keep it exact period or anything like that. Just using the smaller equipment. We've had some really good stuff come out. Obviously, we've had the Fiat Agri tractor that I haven't really used that much yet. And we've just had the new tracked Fiat Agri, which is an awesome mod. So I thought, you know what, that's what I'm going to do. So I've got that, and to some extent, because I was using that kind of equipment to start with on Prisma Sovo, that replaces Prisma Sovo. But also, what I've done then, because I still wanted a fun farm where I could just mess about, do lots of silly things, not be realistic, and just have loads of money to play with, I have restarted, or in the process of resetting up Washo I keep correcting myself, as my fun farm. So it's now Washoe Fun Farm. Washoe Fun Farm, seriously. And I'm setting up at the moment, so complete change of that. And actually I'm really looking forward to it. Actually, I'm really looking forward to both of them, so that's kind of the point. So apologies to anyone who was enjoying Framest Ovo. I got loads of views on the time-lapse setting up video, tons, but less on the watching stuff. And apologies to Donny, because I know he hates it when people don't finish the series, but I haven't finished the series, Donny, sorry. But it was just a messing about series anyway. It's not like it was realistic and I need to close the farm down. So where was that line? Is that here? There was just a little line that hadn't quite... Yep, there it is. And we have left over. I didn't need to come up here with the John Deere at all. Wow. Well, there you go. Let's check the map. Looking good. Well, it's a bit late to take this back to the store now. I'm going to leave it up here. There's a lovely gentleman from the store. I'm sure we'll come pick it up. Let's take the John Deere. I'm going to leave the Massey up here for now as well. We'll take the John Deere with our hoard of seed and liquid fertilizer and take it back down to the main farm. But yeah, that's our potatoes in. Naturally, of course, at some point the weeds will come up, so I'll need to bring the weeder up here. Take the cultivator back to the main farm as well. Oh, whoops, what have I just done? Ah, edge collisions. Oh yes. Need a little more light on the matter. So we'll head back down to the main farm. I'll put the speed back up to ×5. I wanted to get that done. And maybe we'll do a little bit of bale stacking till 8ish, then it'll be bedtime, and then we'll see what's going to happen in the morning. Well, I suppose we know what's going to happen in the morning. I'll need to do some weeding. So I saw a video of Dagger wins this week. MJ Modding, who made this map, is working on another one. He had a preview copy of it. Looks quite good. We're sort of, I mean, I don't know how long I'll be on this map. It probably just depends on when something else comes out that looks really good. So I mean, we're at episode 13. I did 27 episodes on Marwell, so yeah, we'll see. I think I'll always keep this particular sort of realistic, you know, moving from farm to farm, taking everything with me, that kind of thing. I think I'll keep it on UK maps wherever I can. Just depend what maps come out, really. You know, you never know. Map might come out somewhere else that I think actually I kind of want to do that, do it this way, you know. So I'm going to leave this here. Actually, I want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. What I should do is probably take it back to the other farm, but I can always do that later. What I found out, slightly irritatingly, is that I can't pull this with the telehandler, which would have been ideal. So I need to look, and I've already changed my low loader once. Wonder if I need to do it again. Because the ideal, of course, would be to have a low loader that I can easily pull with the telehandler, but it's not that big a deal. Right, rather roughly part is here for now. Ooh, looks like we could do with taking the John Deere into the workshop actually. Goodness. And probably should think about changing it. Really. I mean, not that I dislike it, but you know, I have been using this tractor since I started at Marwell, so it's now on its 40th consecutive episode. Not that I've used it every episode, but you know what I mean. So maybe it is time to change it up, but I do love it. It's a great tractor. And I was thinking actually I might replace the Massey Ferguson as well, but there's a modded version of that tractor that's actually quite cool, so I might get that just to change it up a little bit. I think it seems to remember it has some pretty good features. Right, put that there. Put that ×5. We got lights in this shed? Can't remember. Yes. Put the lights on. Oh, I didn't put that last one very well, did I? Oh well, there you go. I think my decision not to worry about hay for a little while was probably the right one. Not going to run out anytime soon, are we? So yeah, won't be needing a grass field next. We'll be needing some straw though, because I'm going to start doing total mix ration. Then I'll need a little bit for that. Whoa, steady, steady. But yeah, I need to look at actually numbers of cows I've got. We're alright for money at the moment, not doing too badly. I've got a few purchases in mind, but they're all replacements, upgrades, etc. rather than, so we'll get a little bit of money back from whatever we're replacing. Do need to buy a new plough or combi plough or ripper, or you know, whatever you want to call it, something like that. Because into your cornfield, I do fancy getting a new cultivator just for the sake of change, really. Again, had that cultivator quite a long time now. We'll need a feed mixer. I know it's not the neatest line in the world, but it's not too bad. Oof, that was close. Steady. Beautiful. So how many we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 40 in there. Those two are only 7, 64. 64 hay bales there. How are we for straw? Because actually we really don't have that much, do we? No. 16, 20, 24, 25. Yeah, not that much straw at all. And actually, while we think about it, how are the animals? Pigs are okay and have gone swiftly back up to 36. So what's that, 6 in 2 days? Actually at reproduction rate 8 hours, yeah, that would be about right. Sheep are okay. I've got strange numbers of sheep. Maybe I should sell some and focus on particular, because I've just got mixed a bit of it. When I moved to Marwell, I just got a bit of everything because it was, you know, first time I'd done animals properly. So maybe I will sell the brown and black ones and stick to white and black and white on this farm, and then we can start increasing numbers of those. Chickens are okay, they all need a bit of clean up. Right, so the cows need some more straw. And they need cleaning up, but other than that, they're alright. Wow, we've got 25,000 litres of milk. What are milk prices like? Dropping. Shame. Wool prices going up at the spinnery though, that's good. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I meant, while I was down at the store getting stuff on that onto the low loader, I meant to get another one of those crates, egg crates. But never mind. Right, a couple more stacks. I think I'll do this line here, get this one out of the way. Now it's a single stack, it's a bit precarious, and then we can come and finish the other 2 stacks another time. I do love these forks, they are brilliant. Used a lot of this on Goldcrest on 17, stacking them up with the auto stacker and then moving the piles and storing them properly. Good. kind of do, what would be awesome would be the quadrupack bale stacker. That's what we need. I've seen somebody using, I'll be honest, I don't know who it was, might have been this CLP, used the in-game one recently, and I'd say I've never used it. Maybe I should try that. That only does 3, but still good enough to use the Kotech forks. But then I've already got the bale stacker, so it doesn't matter too much. I am umming and ahhing about getting a bale trailer so that when I've used the bale stacker I can restack the bales onto the trailer, just for, you know, so I can move them all in one go, because I can get, you know, a flatbed or something that'll take a lot more bales. Was one of my thoughts. Oh, I forgot to put the forks in. Well, we're right, we're nearly there now. Should be okay. Whoa, I didn't forget to put the forks in. Why did those bales suddenly start sliding off? That's odd. Nope, not going to risk that because I can't get the angle right to do it. The next ones I'll push it in. It's all fine. Clearly my appalling back stacking means it's late. I must be time to go to bed. Right. Dark around here, isn't it? I'd normally switch off growth overnight, but I'm not going to. Right. That's what I need to do. So it's 8 o'clock in the evening, so 10 hours. Takes you till 6 in the morning, which is a good time. Damn potato planter, should have returned it. That's annoying. But it's only 990 quid, I think I live with it. Right. So what's happened in our fields overnight? Yep, I figured that. Weeds. Oh my goodness, and 41 and 27 are both ready for harvest, so the worst thing has happened. I haven't yet got round to ploughing out and cultivating fields 26 and 40. I haven't yet got round to sowing field 28. I knew I should have switched growth off. And yet 41 and 40 and 27 are ready to harvest, but they're only in their first harvest stage, so it could be worse. So what we need to do then, right, I'll tell you what we'll do. And how are our animals actually? Yep, they're going to need some attention fairly soon, but they're right. So, yeah, and the only other thing I was going to check, well, the prices was going up, and it's topped out, but the other price at the factory is now going up even higher. So you know what? That's good. We'll leave that. Let's take the John Deere. And while we still have a direct seed drill, oh, I stacked, did I do that in one of the videos? I can't remember. I stacked the wall out the way, look. all the pallets because the thing got full. So we've got 5 pallets of wool sat there ready. I should have closed that gate really, it's going to be ages before I go back through it. Let me do that. Hello sheepies. What we've got growing at the moment, we have got soybean. We're about to harvest oats. Could do oats actually again, because 27-28 they're relatively small fields. We could do oats, and then maybe we'll do wheat or barley. In one of the other fields, I think the big field, is that 20, 28? Oh god, field numbers. 26. The big field, field 26, I think we'll put either canola or soybean in one of the, real high value crops. I think we'll get this guy working on this. I will take the weeder and head on up to the pig field. A bit low, but hey, as it happens, of course, I have a low loader with seed on it, so I can always bring that up here. So how about we start this? We'll go around the edge a couple of times, perhaps. Do the headlands. Oats again? Yeah, why not? Let's get a good crop. Increase our volume. Now I'm thinking about replacing this seeder. There was a new one came out this week, and again I've had this since we started on Marwell Manor, so again it seems good time. Maybe we'll ceremoniously, I don't want to get rid of the John Deere, but I feel like I should, just for variety, for you guys if nothing else. This is the problem when I'm doing a sort of realistic farm. I have a tendency to keep equipment forever, because if it does the job and it's still big enough, and the reality is, the fields on this map, yeah, a couple of them are a bit bigger, but they're nothing's huge, so this seeder is more than adequate, right? And this tractor is more than adequate for the type of equipment we need to pull. Alright, something a bit more power to get up some of the hills would be helpful, but I haven't felt a real need to go, I need something more powerful, or I need something with a greater working width or whatever. But seeder wise, we do have an option, so maybe in the next episode we'll look to do that. I think we're not really going to have time today, but yeah, I think we should do that. I'll see about the tractor. I'll have a look to see what else there is. And you know what? I haven't yet had a Voltra. And you see quite a lot of those around in the UK. I haven't yet had a Voltra on 19. And I love a Voltra, so maybe it's time to get a Voltra. Probably end up using a lot of John Deere equipment on Washoe. Just come in a bit, do again. So yeah, could be I'll get a Voltra. Actually, that's a good idea. Slight tricky shape this field for seeding. I dare say there'll be a little bit of tidying up left when the work is done. Is that a gate into that next field? I hadn't noticed that was there before. Interesting. Now there are patches in this field where I couldn't get rid of the grass, which was a little bit annoying. But hey. Probably gives you a more authentic look when it's finished, to be honest. Right. So we'll leave him going. I'm only going to do another few minutes, but let's get the weeder up to the pig field and get him started on that. I'll make sure that those jobs are done off screen, and then maybe I've got a little bit of time. I'm home alone Sunday evening, so maybe I'll have a little bit of time, do a bit more, either some more on here or one of the other new maps I just mentioned. Come on, New Holland, you can do it. You know what, if there was one tractor I probably needed to replace. Oh, that's interesting, that's why you're struggling. I'd lowered that down. How terribly efficient of me. That's better. Yeah, the New Holland's a little bit underpowered. I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly, I've maxed out his engine power. But again, the little jobs like weeding and stuff does a good job. Make ourselves visible. So many fields to buy. Yeah, maybe we should look into investing in a new field. Well, we'll do some of these purchases. So I do need a new plough or a combi plough or something. I might get the combi plough actually. Anyway, we'll see. I'll maybe replace the seeder and upgrade one of the tractors and stuff, and then we'll see where we are. Oh, nice. We have potatoes and a whole load of weeds. My goodness me. May as well start in the corner. It's good width, this weeder. It should make pretty easy work of this, it's got to be said. These are the little ridges you get out of the potato planter. Ooh, I haven't done a screenshot. Now this would be a great thing to get a screenshot of. What I'll do is I'll do the usual, go around the edges, make sure the worker's got space to do his work, and I'm wondering as well, maybe now there's lots of stuff going on this farm now. We've got all these fields, lots of crops, there's lots of ploughing, cultivating, reseeding, there'll be harvesting to do, and then we've got the potato harvest, got all the animals, I've got to sell some animals. I think we may start doing this map entirely at ×1. That may make it a bit too slow. Don't know. It's a difficult balance. Not being too rushed and hurried, but making sure that you're making progress and, you know, getting through things. Because I've got, you know, crop growth is on slow, just to keep it, you know, steady. And it may just be we'll have to do a bit of a balance of, you know, ×1 for the bulk of the day, ×5 during the early morning and dusk sort of things. Don't know what you think. Have you got any thoughts? Or just do it as and when. I missed a weed, but never mind. I'm glad I did this with this field. Actually, I think I really like it. I think it looks really good. Now it's all ploughed out and got crops growing in it. It would have been totally pointless to leave it as a grass field. I don't need grass for pigs. It would have been a real pain to move, you know. I suppose if I'd got the biogas plant, I'd started doing mass quantities of silage to sell at the biogas plant. That wouldn't have been too bad, but there are loads of other grass fields around anyway, so, you know, it just makes sense to use it for crops for the pigs. Mind you, money-wise, I need to bear in mind that my ultimate plan this place was to give it its own small amount of equipment, right? Maybe we retire the John Deere up here and I just buy a new one. I can't afford to do that. See how much money we make out of that wool and a few other things as well. And maybe we can do that. I might have some crops to sell when prices come good. Over to Mr. Workup. And how's our seeding going? Oh wow, he's nearly finished. Grief. So I wasn't that sure there'd be enough seed. Oh, that's really good. Okay. He's quite happy up here. Might be a little bit tidying up to do later, but should be alright. Impressive. And presumably therefore is also fully fertilised? Yes. Only because it was a grass field, so check that out. Virtually no seed left. Fertilizer. Oh, look at that. 16 litres left. That's all. That is actually quite remarkable. Whoops, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. No, I'm just wondering, do I therefore have time? Next logical thing to do would be to get field... Sheep just climbed over the drawbar there. Next logical thing to do would be to get the sheep field slurried. I'm wondering if I would stop actually, because I've got to go out at 10 o'clock. I've got to get the car packed up before then. Tempting though. Maybe we leave that for next time. So I'll stop there. Quite pleased to have got that done. Leave the worker doing his weeding. And then what I'll do is I'll go round in advance of the next episode. Obviously I must return that potato plant before we get hit with any more charges for it. I'll go round and clean up the animals, by the way. Look at the state of that. And I think it might be time to replace this cedar. Which one's unload? Ah, that one. That's not ideal, but I can tidy that up in a minute. Put them on the back of the low loader. So yeah, I might replace the horse cedar. I love this cedar. It's so good. But yeah, we'll see. I'll test that. There's a new one out. I'll test it, see how it looks. We could always get another horse. So we've got this one, the Pronto 9DC. There's the Solitaire, which is actually quite a nice. That's quite a nice cedar. I don't necessarily need 9-1. I mean, look, speed that the Pronto did that. I could go back down and get the Rapid. You know, we haven't got the big, massive fields that we had on Marwell. I don't necessarily need a massive, big planter cedar. Definitely don't need the Astrala or the Condor. I definitely don't need one of those. Ooh, there's the Horse Evo. It's very expensive. How much is my Pronto? It's worth 72 grand actually. I could get a JavierZzS actually, just because I've got a JavierZzS planter. I could replace it with another horse. It's the Evo or the Certo, both pretty cool. This one, I suppose too small. Okay. Bit old school, but it has a little trick up its sleeve. Maybe it is a bit too small. Does it take? It does take fertilizer and seed. Interesting. Not much though. I've got to bear that in mind too. Yeah, maybe that is a bit too small for this map. But then actually, that's if I was just thinking I'd downgrade. Actually, I suppose it's not, because that's a 9 meter. And look at the speed it just did that field. That was ludicrous. So there's a possibility. It's got a much smaller tank. That one's 5,000 total. That one's 1660. But then again, it just did that field with a fraction of what was left. Yeah, quite like the Saltaire. Maybe it's just too big for this. Anyway, we'll see. What about tractors? That's the 6M. We've got a 6R. Oh. And now a 6R's been uprated, right? I know I'm doing this now. I can't help myself looking at new shiny kit. 300 horsepower. How much can I bolster this one up to? I can't. It's 235 or nothing. But I do want a JCB again. You see a lot of them around in the UK. So maybe we replace the New Holland with the JCB. We replace the John Deere with a Voltra, which means going up a level, probably. Because I'm assuming, and I'm not suggesting I get the cow edition, by the way. Fun though it is. No, can't go up to 300 and I need something of at least equivalent. And then there's this. And replace the Massey with a new Massey, which actually would seem a bit pointless, but 280. But the reason is, I want one of those. I want that. That's what we need to do. 212,000. Ooh, ouch! That's quite a major upgrade. Wow. Okay. But I've had all of these since I started here, so maybe it is time I changed a few up. So yeah, we'll look into that anyway. Sorry, I'm distracted now, just looking at shiny new equipment. We'll see what we do. It's time to change up some of the kit. So yeah, so we'll get the weeding done. How's our worker doing? Return the planter, the potato planter. He's nearly done. Actually, look at that. And then yeah, what I'll do is I'll go around and collect up the slurry from all the animals ready, and we'll see if we can slurry field 26 before we plough it. And then fields 41, 27 will need harvesting, and field 40 will need cultivating and seeding. And yeah, lots to do. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you very much for joining me. And yeah, likes and subscriptions very much appreciated, as I always say. And I hope to see you back here on Petervill, or keep an eye out. Might do some on Oberkrabach or whatever it's called, or one of the other maps very soon. And I'll look forward to seeing you then. Bye bye for now.